Let me go live on YouTube. Yes.
Great. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the Thursday consciousness session. I would say, happy to have all of you here. Ramesh, could you enable me to share the screen for later on, maybe? Great. Today's topic that I want to explore with you before we dive into meditation is conscious impact. And normally I bring a question in that I would like you to answer. And today I'm not 100% sure on how to put it in a question. And thus I thought I explain where the idea comes from for conscious impact. Due to what's going on in Ukraine, I see many people thinking about ways how to support, how to help, how to make a difference. And I'm really amazed about everything I see around me, and I feel the same, right? We kind of want to make a difference, want to have an impact on what's going on there. And today I got the information of a friend of mine who's quite deeply involved in logistics towards the Ukraine, that his contacts at the UNO and also at the German military said that a lot of the things that the donations that people brought together are currently stuck at the Polish border. So you don't get those things into Ukraine currently. And I reached out to a couple of friends, letting them know about this information, because I was aware that they are very active in supporting and helping and trying to get donations together, either clothes or money or things like that. And the recommendation I found of an organization that is deep into donations actually was that currently the best thing to do is donating to the bigger organizations that have a network in the Ukraine, that are deeper in the Ukraine, that are deeper in donations and in supporting countries, because they are doing that on a daily basis. And I passed on that information, and I found it very interesting that the answers I got were quite irritated around this new information and about sharing this idea of how to currently make a different impact, a different type of impact, by donating to bigger organizations instead of organizing things on your own, finding people that donate, bringing them together, collecting money or stuff, and bringing that closer to Eastern Europe. And because I actually currently I do not yet understand the background of the irritation, I would like to ask you about what are your thoughts around that. What is the irritation in terms of making the conscious choice of what makes the biggest impact right now?
Can you repeat that question, Jana?
Yes, of course I can. Thank you, Mal. As I said, there are a lot of recommendations out there to currently, if you want to make an impact in the situation with Ukraine, don't go on with making up own initiatives to bring things across the border towards Eastern Europe, but instead donate to big organizations that have a network there, that are use to support in crisis instead of making up own initiatives. And I found that information bringing a lot of irritation to many people that I shared this information with. And I would love to know your ideas around where the irritation might come from when making the conscious choice how to have an impact right now.
I personally feel I would not donate to big organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How does that come?
Because a lot of money goes on administration and a lot of money is paid to the people on the top, right? And what goes to the people, okay, they might be able to distribute things better and all that. I agree. But in a crisis like this, I cannot support an organization because there was a program in the TV, I think a couple of years ago about this, how much they are paid. And organization like Save the Children. Okay. So that would irritate me to make the donation to bigger organizations. I would rather donate the money locally. There are so many local organizations which goes across and distributes. I would rather give to them than to the big organization. That aspect is irritating for me.
Makes sense. So you would say the conscious impact to you means having an eye on not losing impact due to a lot of administration, a lot of side payments that have to be done. Is that so? Did I get that right?
Yeah. As a salary, so many of them are paid.
Okay.
For me, in a crisis, I feel that's wrong.
Thank you, Mal. Any other thoughts, any other ideas on what's important when we want to consciously make an impact? No matter which situation, doesn't have to be Ukraine, right? It was just how we stepped into the topic. Yeah. Ram, yes, please share.
I saw earlier Ramji was ready to go. Ramji, would you want to go? Then I can. Yeah.
I mean, I think there are two aspects to it, the way I see it. One is donating money logically could be a more efficient way of doing it. But doing it ourselves has a sense of achievement around it. For example, if there is a school fence to be painted, you could all connect money and give it to a professional painter, and then he could actually do a better job of it. But then the parents, when they take a half a day off and then do paint the fence or something like that, there's a sense of contributing to the society more than just giving the money. Similarly, for example, making the food and distributing to 10 different people by hand ourselves has a certain sense of achievement or a sense of additional happiness than just giving the money. In some sense, what I'm trying to say is intellectually collecting money and giving to a larger organization could be a very more efficient way of doing it. But doing it individually as a sense of additional happiness or additional achievement, which just giving money will not bring in. And sometimes people, if they're very emotionally attached to it or very close to their hearts, they want to do it themselves, then just hand over money. In some sense, deep in their mind, handing over money is seen as a lower or a secondary step compared to doing it themselves, which is considered as a more important or a more valuable activity. That's how I see it.
Very interesting. Thank you, Ramji. So when I got you right, there is this aspect of giving something from heart to heart instead of giving only from purse to purse. Is that one of the aspects?
Yes.
And that also means that conscious impact also takes into account the impact the result has for, let's say, the fence in your example, but also the impact the result has for the people that paint the fence. So for the contribution. So an impact in the result, but also an impact in terms of contribution. Is that so?
Because when you contribute money, it becomes more of a faceless activity. I mean, although it is efficient, it doesn't have a face. The person contributing does not have a face, and the person benefiting does not have a face in that whole thing. Whereas when you do one-to-one, there's a lot of personal face-to-face connection and a sense of contributing directly. And I think those two elements are there. And people can donate money as well as do person-to-person contribution as well.
Thank you, Ramji. Thank you very much. Very insightful. Ramesh, what about you? What are your thoughts?
So, in any contribution, what I learned through my experiences, because all through my life, in many occasions, many situations, I came across people who are contributing. And I was in situations where I need to contribute. And through all these personal experiences, now when I am in a situation to contribute, number one is, yes, I'm doing it to the best of my knowledge to support whatever cause, I have it in my mind. And the moment I think of contributing, obviously I use the best information that is out there available, and I'm using that channel. So the moment I use that channel, or the moment I initiate that contribution, that is where starts my thought process, and that is where ends my task. And my intention is pure. What is my intention? Is to support the cause. The moment I chase behind, if this contribution, where did it arrive? My initial intention of pure contribution is somewhere losing its intensity. So now when I contribute, I have no doubt, I have no second thought to know where it is going, because I have decided to go and, let's say, do it this way. And sometimes it also happens that somebody guides me, somebody tells me. And if it is aligned, or if I find it connected, I just do it that way if it is better. However, even there, I just initiate, and there ends my, let's say, my contribution. Because I cannot go till the end point and do it in many cases. Yes, there are certain examples like Ramji was specifying, right? Like do it by your hands or do it with the support of others, the best. Yeah. And on the other hand, in this particular example of the situation that we are seeing around, there are various levels that we as conscious contributors can contribute. It is not necessarily a monetary support. It starts from our very first thought. It then continues into what are our emotions and what are our feelings. And we knowing that each of our thought has an energy, we have to consciously be very, 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 very aware of what our energies are contributing to the existing situation. So every time we hear these days, and every time we see the videos or whatever, I request everyone to be conscious on the energy that is triggering within you as you see them. Mm-hmm. And make sure you consciously refine to the best of everyone. Mm-hmm. So that's a stronger way to contribute in the first space, because we are contributing energetically to the things that happen inside us to become even outside of us. Mm. So there are two things that we have to be very conscious about. One is that this is my personal learning. When I'm contributing materially, it just starts when I do it and it ends when I did it. Mm-hmm. And the second thing is to be very conscious about what we are energetically, emotionally, at the thought level we are contributing in this particular case. And at our thought level, emotion level, feeling level, we have to be very, 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 very careful, and we have to be very, very conscious and always make sure we are aligned to the highest good of everyone. Mm-hmm. Not analyzing deeper on how this higher good can be achieved. Again, there, never go through the process of how, but just have that thought of where we would like to see, what we would like to see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So experiencing the present, experiencing the future in the present, not the path to the future, mm-hmm. at least in our thoughts. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh. So one question that came up inside of me while you explained about those two different aspects was, would you say that the consciousness about our thoughts and our emotions, which you underlined we need to be really very aware of and very careful of, do they make a difference on our conscious contribution and our conscious impact? So it's inside out? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if we look at a quantum field, each one of us are contributing on a grander level energetically, right? Mm-hmm. So we contribute within our lives with the way we are presently going through every experience that is building up the future. So it is the same thing on a global context, on every external situation.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ramesh. Who else would like to share thoughts, ideas, or maybe also questions? Because I think today is quite an sophisticated topic. So it's not about knowing it all. It's also about sharing questions with us that we can talk about. Please feel free to unmute or to write in the chat.
Hi, Jana, Raja here. So what is the question again? Hi.
So the question,
can you repeat it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The question is, how do we best get aware of an impact we can make on a situation? And the example was, for example, right now in the situation with Ukraine and around us, the awareness of what is the best impact we can make. Is it donating money to a bigger organization? Is it donating goods? Is it to do things ourselves with our hands and trying to do it ourselves instead of handing over money? Is it just like Ramesh also said, first check in on emotions and thoughts, and from there already making a difference in our impact? This is the question. How can we make the best conscious impact in important situations?
Yeah. My inner is saying multidimensionally to inputs. So one is yeah, definitely I resonate with what Ramesh said. So when we give it, we need not worry about it because we are giving for a purpose. So that reaches and people, it will be taken care. So that is fine. So other aspect, what in the Ukraine context, I know initially, we feel pain of fellow humans, and of course, we are seeing that problem of invasion and lot of war crimes. We are supporting. That is one aspect. I truly resonate with that. And there is another aspect. Correct me if I'm wrong there. So if I think that if I support a war crime or this kind of crisis, am I encouraging this? Am I inviting more to the universe? This kind of crisis, that aspect also my conscious is saying whether what we, it's like a law of attraction. What we ask, universe gives. The universe doesn't know whether I'm asking or not, right? That's why we have to speak what we want exactly as per the law of attraction. So if we ask nature, if we support nature, the crisis, then are we saying we want more crisis? That is one deeper aspect resonating with me. You can clarify. So and another point also came to me. As I do meditation, I understand that as a body, I see two things. As every cell in my body and me, like every person in human, the world is me. Yeah. So if I cut my hand, because I am superior, my right hand is very strong, it cut my left hand because left hand is not following my right hand. So I cut my hand. Overall, end of the day, after the war, my right hand wins. Okay, well, but as a being, I am losing something, which is left hand. So in the same way, Russia is so dominant, which is very good, who is like a very big nation. We appreciate that. But are you taking responsibility, or are you killing your brother? So it's the same thing. It's cutting the left hand. See, if you see the beautiful nation is destroyed totally, how many years it will take? The fastest country like Japan itself to survive, to come back, it takes many years, like 10 years, a decade, or 2 decades. So it's the same thing happens to Ukraine. So see the suffering. So all the people are migrating now. So it impacts a society. It's not a healthy situation, but Russia is not conscious. So yeah, it's my analogy going that way also. So yeah, I leave it here. Thank you. Thanks for listening.
Thank you very much, Raja. What I've found as a core message, if I got it right, and please add or correct me, what I found as a core message was our being conscious on our impact also means being aware that as being interconnected, as world, as nations, as humans, whenever we cut a part of us, as we're interconnected, we also hurt ourselves. Did I get that right?
Yes, you got it right. Yes.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
So conscious impact then would also mean being aware of when and how to use a knife in that sense. Which brings me to an interesting analogy that I heard last weekend, that a person without emotional intelligence, like acting without emotional intelligence, is like a monkey with a knife. Just came up to me the thought, the parallel there.
Nice one.
Thank you. Anybody else who would like to add, to share? As I say, also please feel free to ask, right? Because this is not wisdom is not rising from only knowing. Most of our wisdom starts with asking questions, right? The growth of wisdom. So whoever is interested in doing so, please feel free. Yes, Mrudula, that's you. Good to have you back here. Please unmute yourself.
Good morning, Jana. What a nice topic.
Hi. Good morning.
The first thing that comes to my mind is forgive them, for they know not what they do. So having said that, it's not an easy, everything that we do, it's not an easy circumstance. Our thoughts are very, very powerful. That's the first thing that we all can do without having to be dependent on anybody else. We can make our thoughts into prayer, into just a ray of light. Whatever we want it to be, we can do that. We can donate, of course. We can donate money. Poland has 500,000 refugees. And if we want to donate to help Poland, which they're actually receiving them so well with food and jobs. And so whatever we do to help, I don't think there's a wrong or right here. We're doing in the face of a crisis in 2022 we should not be facing. And no mother, I tell you, no mother sends their child, having worked with the veterans, to the battlefield. The implications on those people, it doesn't matter if you're Russian, Ukrainian. I just hope there was a letter that the Ukrainian president read about the Russian soldier talking to his mother before he was killed. So no child goes to battle, their mother saying, "Go, son, kill the people." So just to let you know, my hope is that if I can't, of course I can donate money. The leaders are doing what they can. Everybody's doing what they can. But our thoughts have to be very, very powerful here. In terms of how they can be powerful is they need to be positive. They need to be of forgiveness. They need to be of love. I had this vision that all the Russian soldiers put down their arms because they see what they see. That's the vision I had. It doesn't matter where the command comes from. These people were children that were raised by their mothers and fathers. So they know what's wrong and what's right. A lot of times the people are going in front of the tanks, nothing is happening because they're not doing anything. Means, do they not have a conscience? Do they not have the power to say no? Of course they do. So one of the things that I really, really am saying on the group too is just send love to everybody. Don't have any negativity to anything else on this world. Just send the love and do what you can. If you want to send donation, if you want to send people, if you want to do, go there. Many people are going there to volunteer. So, but send just, in meditation and prayer, prayers are thoughts, we forget. It may be the intention that you think of, God above us, but the God is in us. So it doesn't matter, the prayer, it's a thought that's being sent to humanity to heal. And I tell you, Jana, thousands and millions of people are praying today in this world. And that is not energy that is lost. That's energy that's being enveloped in the area it needs to go. And it's showing those people having second thoughts of doing what they're doing, and the people that are helpless helping them what they're doing. So I just think that there's no easy, everything that we do is correct if it's done with the intention of love. and forgiveness. That's
Thank
my
you.
2 cents worth.
Thank you, Mrudula. Thank you so much. Which also comes back a bit to what Ramesh says in terms of first check in on your thoughts and your feelings. Be conscious on the energy that comes from there. And what you send out then comes from directly from the places that you also talked about, Mrudula, if I remember every detail right that Ram also said.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. I believe our thoughts are very powerful. I'm in sync with Ramesh in that, Ram, in that way.
Mhm.
Yes, our thoughts are, we underestimate ourselves. Our thoughts are very, very powerful. Like just even small things, like when we think of somebody and they call us, or when we think, ask the universe for help. I went through a major procedure. I thought family couldn't come. I asked the universe to help. And the person that came to help me was the help that I needed. So we can't underestimate our force as a human being, just in our existence. We have that, we forget that we are powerful that way. You know, our soul consciousness is so strong. We're so vibrant. We have to remember that as human beings. And through that, you know, thoughts have energy, right? That Chandra always says, through energy, the vibration, you know, that's if the energy goes there, that's where it goes. The whatever needs to be done. So if our energy is there, whatever needs to be done will go there, even though we're not physically there. I don't think our physical essence matters. I don't know. I think we're going back to where we realize, you know, our soul consciousness is something that we forgot we have, and the light of our being we forgot we have. And probably, though misdirected, this is probably, you know, will unite us so that we realize we're all one.
Mhm.
You know, and
Thank
we
you very
have to
much.
forgive. We have to forgive the people. You know, we cannot have any negative energy or any hatred or any in that way right now to anybody. We have to only send the forgiveness and love right now. And then we have organizations, we have leaders, we have so many, you know, aspects. We're not alone. You know, we're part of a village, we're part of a community, we're part of a country, we're part of a nation, we're part of the world. So we're not alone. This is not going to happen without the world watching. Everybody's watching every single second. So, you know, I just want our thoughts and our intention to be very positive in this time. That's my, yes. I guess it's a long way of telling again what Ramesh said was correct. I have the same thought as Ramesh. Yes.
Checking in on our emotions, and from there deciding where our contribution comes from, where our impact the impact we want to make comes from. Does it come from love and from forgiveness, or does it come from impatience or frustration? Does it come from fear? Many important emotions that can come up in all type of important situations in our life, right? Despite whether it's a crisis on a bigger level or on a very individual level. So checking in if what we want to do comes from the energy of love, of forgiveness, of being in sync with our being, I would say, makes the difference whether we act from an impatience of the heart or from love, because both of them can feel very, very similar. If we check in consciously, we can find the difference inside of us. Thank you very much. There was a comment on the chat that I still want to share. totally in love and in sync with everything that you said, Mrudulaji. So, agreement on all aspects. Thanks to all of you for contributing to the topic, for listening, for probably also thinking, which is also contributing to the topic, right? We can be silent and at the same time being very, very much contributing to things as we connect with them. Now, I would love to guide us into meditation for today. And for this, please, everyone, find your way into your comfortable position, the comfortable position that you like to meditate within the next minutes. This can be sitting or lying down, whatever feels best to you. There is no wrong or right, despite the fact that it should be your comfortable position. Take a moment to arrive in that position while you close your eyes with the next in-breath. For some more seconds, wander through your body with your attention and simply get aware if you already feel comfortable in the posture you chose. Make some last little movements to fully arrive. Isn't it surprising how easily your body knows what it means to you to feel comfortable? If you just allow it to take over for you at that stage. There was some beautiful sentence about the energy we send out. And as where our focus goes, our energy flows. I would love to focus on focusing in today's meditation. We all can benefit from increasing focus and increasing focusing abilities. And the first and most important thing to do that increases your focusing abilities is to eliminate any distractions. Breathing is essential to focus and let go of those distractions. Next, take 10 full and deep breaths together with me, allowing for each breath to relax you. One, breathing deeply, allowing your belly to expand, and exhale, letting the air simply escape. 2. Take in a full breath of fresh air and let it go, allowing yourself to feel very relaxed. 3. Make your breaths meaningful and exhale, just letting the air go. 4. Focusing only on your breath and let it go. Nothing else matters except breathing. 5. Fully focusing on this breath in. And when you let it go, you feel extremely relaxed. 6. All of your focus is on your breath, letting all of your worries go when you exhale. 7. Breathe with passion and exhale, letting that wave of relaxation come over you. 8. The only thing that matters is your breath. Focus on it. Let it come in and go out. 9. Expand your belly as much as you can as you breathe in. And exhale, letting your belly fall. And 10. Last one, so make it really good. And breathe in fully. And when you let go of your exhalation, you feel so invigorated from this task. Allow your breath to return to a slower and normal flow now. Don't change anything about it. Simply watch your belly as it rises and falls. Rises and falls naturally. With your next inhalation, imagine that you breathe all the way into your toes. As if when you breathe, the oxygen travels down to each one of your toes. And when you let your breath go, your entire legs become light and relaxed. And now with your next inhalation, breathe in all the way into your fingertips. Feel how your fingers feel when your breath extends all the way to every single tip. And with the exhalation, your entire arms relax completely. They feel light as a feather. With your next inhalation, breathe in all the way up your body into your head, relaxing your mouth, eyes, nose, ears. And with your exhalation, feel light, relaxed. Let go of tension and tightness in your face. Breathe in up into your forehead, letting go of any worrisome facial expression you have carried throughout the day. Allow for the next breath to fill your entire head, relaxing your brain as well as your mind. With every inhalation, you soothe your mind. With every exhalation, you soothe your body. Your mind is getting calmer and calmer. Your entire body feels pleasant and relaxed. This is the power of focusing on your breath. And when your mind drifts and wanders, simply notice, smile gently, and bring your attention back to your breathing. With every inhalation, you soothe your mind. With every exhalation, you soothe your body. Breathe in all the way up into your head, relaxing your mouth, eyes, nose, and ears. Breathe out and feel light and relaxed, as if floating on water. Breathe into your forehead with your next inhalation, relaxing all facial expressions. Nothing to express, just breathe. And with your next inhalation, fill your entire head, soothing and calming your brain and your mind. Before you let go of your breath and release your body from tension and tightness. With every in-breath, you soothe your mind. With every out-breath, you soothe your body. And if something alerts your mind that it wants you to do, simply notice it and decide to bring your focus back to your breathing. With every in-breath, you soothe your mind. With every out-breath, you soothe your body. Where focus goes, energy flows. With every in-breath, you soothe your mind. With every out-breath, you soothe your body. Now you can allow yourself to come back to the present moment of the life outside of you. Get aware of your surroundings. Take all the time to need to fully arrive back in the room that you're in. To get aware again of the posture you chose. To expand your attention until it meets walls, windows, doors. Take the time to get aware where you are right now. Listen to the sounds around you again. Reconnect with the external world. And whenever you're ready, at your own pace, in your own time, open your eyes and come back into your current life situation. Thanks to all of you for going on that journey with me today. If there's anything you would like to share, please feel free, but there is no necessity. Silence always is gold too.
It was so very beautiful. Your voice has a mesmerizing, magical, hypnotic effect to dive deeper and deeper. Beautiful it was. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh. I'm happy when it resonated with you. See all of you soon. I won't be able to take the session for the next 2 Thursdays, but I'm looking forward to be back as soon as I can with all of you. Goodbye, take care, stay healthy, and see and hear you soon.
Thank you, Jana. And thank you, friends. Thanks for joining. And we meet back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Germany time, for meditation with the Cosmic Picture session. Till then, I wish you all a conscious, joyful times. Connect to you soon. Namaste.